You are in the best DaVinci Resolve course on the planet, where I teach beginners how to use DaVinci Resolve from zero to pro. I will teach you everything you need to get started, from explaining the timeline, editing, effects, transitions, subtitles, and much more. Everything I teach is straight to the point and I make sure it is easy to understand. DaVinci Resolve is already hard, I don't want to make it harder. By the end of this video, I will provide the website, 2 clips to use if you want to practice your video editing. By the way, I am John, a professional podcast editor, and today I'm going to teach you how to edit in DaVinci Resolve so you can go from zero to pro. Let's get started. When you open DaVinci Resolve, the first thing that you will see is this window. You need to create a project. To create a project, click New Project, give it a name. Once done, click Create. Inside DaVinci Resolve has 7 main tabs and each one has a specific purpose. The first one is Media. This is where you import all your clips, music, and files and keep everything organized. The next one is Cut. This is for fast editing. If you want to quickly assemble a video, this is the place. Then my favorite, the Edit page. This is your main workspace. Most of your editing happens here. The next one is Fusion. This is for visual effects and motion graphics. It is more advanced but very powerful. The next one is everyone's favorite, the Color page. This is where you color correct or color grade your video and give your video a cinematic look. The next one is Fairlight. This is focused on audio. You can clean up sound, adjust volume, and add audio effects here. Then the last one, this is the Deliver page. This is where you export your video and prepare it for posting. To import assets like icons, PNG files, videos, music, and sound effects, what I do is I go straightly to Edit page. Now, this is your media pool. You can drag all your assets here. It is a good practice to stay organized so it's easy to find clips when needed. You can create new folders, name each folder properly, and organize your files. To create a folder, just right-click on the media pool and click New Bin. Give your folder a name and organize your files. Just like that. After importing your assets, the first thing you want to do is to create a timeline. So right-click on an empty space on your media pool, over to timelines and click create new timeline. Give your timeline a name. Now, uncheck use project settings. Click format. This is important. Pay attention to this. If you're creating a horizontal video, continue. Click create. But if you're creating a vertical video like for Instagram Reels or TikTok videos, check use vertical resolution and click create. Now let's talk about the timeline. This is where you build your video. Think of it like this. Timeline equals video. In a single project, you can create multiple timelines, which means you can create multiple different videos. The timeline is divided into 2 parts. This is the video, and the lower part is the audio. These lines represent time. You can zoom in or zoom out the timeline using these zoom controls. The orange line is your playhead. It shows your current position in the timeline. Wherever the playhead is positioned, that is exactly what you see in the preview. So if you want to check a specific part of your video, just simply drag the playhead there. To insert an asset into your timeline, drag it from media pool and drop it wherever you want. For audio, if you want multiple sounds playing at the same time, just stack them on different layers so they play together. The same applies to video. If clips are stuck on top of each other, whatever is on the uppermost layer will be visible in front of everything else. When editing, I always start with the A-roll. This could be your talking head video, a recorded voice, or AI generated video. Drag your A-roll on A1 V1, which is your first layer. If you want to adjust your video such as resizing, repositioning, rotating, or cropping, you can do this in the preview window. Click this small drop down under the preview and click transform. A box will appear around your video. You can resize, you can rotate, or you can move your video clip using this box. Now, if you want to crop your video, open the drop down again and click crop. Just like that. If you have a shaky footage, the DaVinci Resolve can help you stabilize it. Click the shaky video clip in your timeline, open the inspector, scroll down and go to stabilization. Now click stabilize. The DaVinci Resolve will automatically analyze and stabilize the footage. This is the before. Now this is the after. If your video has unwanted background noise, let me show you how to blur in DaVinci Resolve. Here's what you can do. Click your video or audio clip, go to inspector, click audio, and toggle the voice isolation on. That's it. DaVinci Resolve will automatically isolate the background noise for you. You can adjust this slider to control how strong the effect is. This is the before. Let me show you how to blur in DaVinci Resolve. This is the after. Let me show you how to blur in DaVinci Resolve. Most of the recorded videos contains mistakes, pauses, or filler words that we want to remove. As you can see, there are pauses in this video that needs to be removed. So first, zoom in closer to your timeline so you can clearly see the waveform. You can zoom to your timeline by using these controls. Once you have clearer view on your waveform, use the blade tool to cut unwanted sections. After isolating the part that you want to remove, click the clip that you want to remove, then press delete to ripple delete and automatically close the gap. There's a difference between pressing delete and then pressing backspace. Keep that in mind. You can repeat this process until you remove every mistakes, every poses, everything that you want to remove on your video. If you want to add an effect to a clip, click Effects, click Resolve FX. DaVinci Resolve offers many effects you can use. For example, vignette. Drag the effect onto the clip. To adjust it, select the clip, open the inspector, make sure you are on the effects. Each effect has different settings. Simply adjust them as needed. To add a transition in DaVinci Resolve, the clips must be on the same layer. Open Effects, go to Video Transitions, choose a transition and drag it between two clips. You can adjust the duration of the transition by dragging this box. The longer the box, the longer the transition will be. The shorter it is, the shorter the duration of transition. If you want to modify the transition, you can always go to the inspector and then if the transition is modifiable, there are some settings here that you can adjust. If you want to add text such as titles or lower thirds, open Effects and select Titles. DaVinci offers some titles here that we can use. Some are lower thirds. You can hover the title to see its animation. Let's say I want this ribbon text. Just drag it onto your timeline. Make sure it is placed on the uppermost layer so it appears on the top. In the inspector, you can modify the title. Let's say I'll put here John. I'll change the color to purple. Very easy. If you need to adjust the title, every adjustment is here at the inspector. You can change the font. You can change the, if bold, regular, semi-bold. You can change the color, the size, the tracking, line spacing, etc. To animate any icon, image, or video, look at the settings in the inspector. See those diamond icons next to properties like zoom, position, rotation, or cropping? Everything that has a diamond icon is animatable. Clicking the diamond creates a keyframe. A keyframe simply locks in your setting at that exact frame. Animation requires a start and an end point. Move your playhead where the animation begins. Okay, click the diamond icon to set your first keyframe. Adjust your settings. Okay, so I want this icon to start right here. Move your playhead forward. Change the settings to your final look. Like that. So I want the icon to end here. DaVinci Resolve will drop second keyframe automatically. Let's watch it. The distance between the two keyframes controls the speed. Put them close together and the animation is fast. Spread them far apart and the animation is slow. Beginners leave their animations linear, which looks stiff and robotic. Pros make it smooth. Open the keyframes editor. Select your keyframes and adjust the graph. For me, I'd like the ease in and ease out. The animation becomes much smoother, much better than what we have before. So ease in, the movement gracefully slows down as it reaches the end. Ease out, the movement starts slowly and builds speed. Ease in and out, smooth start, smooth finish. This gives the most natural and professional result. You can animate not just one property. You can animate anything you want at the same time. To add subtitles in your video, click Timeline, over to AI Tools, and click Create Subtitles from Audio. To make sure everything is accurate, change the language. Okay. Next, set your maximum characters per line. If your video is a horizontal video, 42 is fine. But if it is a vertical video, I recommend 15 to 18 because the distance between the left to right in a vertical video is much shorter than horizontal. So if you have too many characters in a single line for a vertical video, the text will go outside the screen. For the line, I recommend single, then click create. DaVinci Resolve will listen to your audio and create subtitles from it. Once created, you can modify the subtitles by clicking the subtitle track. Then in Inspector, click track. You will see the settings there where you can change the font, the color, the size, etc. If you change anything here, the text style for all subtitles in the entire track will also update. You can also try some animated subtitle presets. Click Effects, click Titles, click Subtitles, and then click Animated. Choose one, for example, Statement. Drag it on the subtitle track. To customize the subtitle, click the subtitle track, click track, and then from here, you can adjust the font, the size, the color, the overall style. Let's try it.
Now let's talk about the timeline. This is where you build your video. Think of it like this. Timeline equals video. In a single project, you can create multiple timelines, which means you can create multiple different videos.
Wait, are you a videographer, someone who creates cinematic videos, music videos, or someone who does color grading at work? Well, great news. The Hanser is giving us free trial to test their product. No credit card needed at this stage. And if you decide to purchase it, you can get 10% discount if you use my code JohnEditPodcast. Dehancer is a color grading tool that helps you achieve overall cinematic looks all inside your editing software. It's perfect if you want to elevate your visuals and give your videos that professional film aesthetic. Don't wait. Visit Dehancer now, link in the description, and test their product. If it's something that helps improve your workflow, go ahead and use my code JohnEditPodcast on your purchase to get 10% discount. Let's say your masterpiece is ready. Go to the deliver page. If you have multiple timeline, double check this. Make sure you selected the correct timeline. Give your video a name. Now click browse and choose a save location. So I wanna save it on desktop, example only, test project. Okay, and then click save. Now, under format, choose MP4. Okay, codec, choose H.264 for now. We can discuss the H.264 and H.265 on a different video. For now, H.264. Now scroll down, go to advanced settings. Under color space tag, make sure you select the Rec 709. Under gamma tag, select Rec 709A. This matches the color standard used by platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So if you select a different setting, your video colors might look correct locally, but appear slightly different after uploading. So make sure you choose the Rec 709 and Rec 709A. Now, if you have subtitle track like this one, you should go down and click subtitle settings, click export subtitle. Under format, make sure you select burn into video. If you have subtitle track and you did not do this step, the subtitle will not be exported together with your video. Once done, click add to render queue and then click render all. Once rendering is complete, right-click the finished file and click Open File Location to locate your exported video. Now, you can watch it from here. I hope you learned a lot from this course. If you want to test your skills, you can try recording your own video. For B-roll, you can go to pexels.com where you can search and download free-to-use video clips to use in your project. If you want to go deeper in DaVinci Resolve like color grading, masking, and motion graphics, feel free to follow me. I share DaVinci Resolve tips and tricks, and the best part is I give them all away for free. Thank you for watching.